Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Um, I'm in beautiful Portugal and beautiful summer day today, a little bit windy, and 6 hours ahead of you. Well, actually 8 hours ahead of San Francisco. So, but it's a pleasure to be here. And I wanted to thank Amy and Shar, of course, for their presentations. And Lori, it's true that the background work that that it's not seen, but it's felt by us, that we, the presenters, because you really do help us a lot with all the technical stuff. So I live in Chicago, and I'm Portuguese, and I live in Chicago, but I usually spend the summers in Portugal, and because of the pandemic, I have not been here for about a year and a half. So I'm really happy to be home, to be back home, although there's still some restrictions and stuff, but it's much better than being in Chicago at the time. I joined, I think, some of the San Diego Book for Arts about a year ago, like in May, I think, last year, about that. And through like one of the first group works that we had to do. And I'm so happy about it because I met a lot of new people, and that's, it's so amazing, the work that all of us do. So I'm very happy to be here. So today, what I'm going to do, it's a very simple zine book. Really didn't, when I started book binding like about 4 or 5 years ago, and my books are all empty. So I might be taking Char's class, to fill them with some tangles or Zentangles. But most of my books are empty. And I learned how to do a lot of these one-fold page books, and namely the zines, but I was never very interested in them. But then, like in the middle of the pandemic, I took a class with Stephanie Krause from the Center for Book Arts in New York. And actually it was a class for teachers, for art teachers. And she had all these amazing folds and things that were very, I got into them. So I've been doing a few of them. So the one we are going to do today, so it's a 4-zine book because it has the covers. So there's 2 zines for the covers and then 2 zines inside, but we can have as many as we want. So, and I'll show you.
Okay,
So
Maria, one comment is you're freezing for just a second every so often. If you have any other apps or anything open on your computer, if you close them, that might help. It's going smoothly, but there's just tiny little freezes, and sometimes just closing down everything else on your computer will help.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to spotlight your hands. Okay.
Okay. You also have to forgive my limited real estate here because I brought some materials, but not a lot. So so I'll move over here. Do you want me to maybe turn off the video of this one? Maybe it was a good idea.
Oh, sure. Why don't you? That might help. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I think we asked for 4 pages, and these are all 8 by 11 or 8.5 by 11. Just normal copy paper, and you can use whatever you want as long as it's easy to fold. I actually tried to do some with pages from a magazine, and okay, these ones are already done. And then because they were I fold them against the grain, so you can see some scratches and stuff, but it works. And then you can use them for either painting or collages or anything like that. So any paper that you have available will work. So we'll start this one, and the first thing we are going to do is fold the paper hot dog style. So fold it in the middle.
And Maria, Karen has made a good comment. If other people turn off their video camera, I mean, you'll still see Maria's screen, but we won't see your face. That also sometimes helps with the so that Maria won't be freezing. So if everyone else turns off their face, their camera, that might help also with the freezing.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we have a hot dog style, and then you can open it, and then we are going to fold hamburger style. So first in the middle, and I sometimes use the lines on my mat just to make them, you know, this doesn't need necessarily to be very precise, but you know, it helps. And then I turn it around 180 degrees and then bring the side to meet the middle. And again, if I have it on the line, it will be easier. So make sure that the paper aligns on the sides. I usually do like a little thing on the side, like a little fold on the side, and then bring the middle. And you know, like I'm using copy paper, so it's pretty easy to fold, but you can use your bone folder or the back of your scissors. Some people even use the tip of a pen, like the cap of a pen. Use that next. Okay, so we have the page divided in 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we are going to fold in half again on the fold that we did before, hamburger style. And then we are just going to cut this line from, you know, the folded part until it meets the other line. So over here, okay. And with this, we can use our scissors, or if you want it really precise, you can use your X-Acto knife. Okay, so now we have a cut. Okay, we are going to open the page and then fold it as we had folded before as hot dog style. And we are going to hold on the sides and just squeeze it. And then fold that. Like just, oops, increase, like go over with the bone folder so they are really, and then fold it as a book. Okay. So this is going to be the front cover. Okay. So make sure that you have a closed side as the first part, and then you have one that's open, and then you have another closed one, and then another that's open. Okay, so this is the beginning of this is a zine by itself, right? But we are going to make 4 of these, like another one as a back cover, and then 2 as inside books and or pages, and then we are going to put them together. And so should we do this another one? Is everybody okay with this? Can I keep going, Lori?
I'm going to say doing the fold one more time will probably help people. And then at that point, if we need to slow down or redo it, we'll check and see progress at that point.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So, hot dog style first. Open it up. Hamburger style. This paper is so thin that I don't need any bone folder or anything. Okay. So again, I have 8 divided in 8. I'm going to do the, oh, no, sorry, like hamburger style again. And then this time I'm going to use my ruler and my knife. You can cut, so the line is here, right? The folded line is there. And I just cut it like maybe 1/16 of an inch, a little bit to, you know, there, just because it helps when you close the book, it helps a little bit. So then do again the hot dog style, and then just squeeze the pages, and one to each side, and another to each side. And now this one, it doesn't matter. The follow, for some reason, when you put them all together, the covers need to be closed, like facing closed, and then open, and then closed and open. And then at the first page, so this is the first page, and or it will be the first page of the book. And for some reason, it has to be open face. So we are going to put these together. We are going to attach these together. And I don't know, for some reason, it has to be like that. I tried do it the other way, and I don't know, it doesn't work. Because what we need, what we are going to do is that are going to be able to open the first page, like the cover page, and we can do some other stuff on the book. So I know this is a fun, it's part of the having the zines all together. So
Maria,
now we already have
Maria,
yeah.
Another Maria would like you to go over the cutting where you cut again. So maybe do your third one and emphasize where the cut is.
Okay, so there we go. Oops. One has some. Oh, I had a page that maybe one of my kids wrote off, but I'm going to use it. This is an old paper then. Okay, so we are folding hot dog style, opening here, do hamburger style, and then I figured out like the measurements, like what you need, like if you want a book of a particular size, I have a way of telling you, you know, I'll tell you the formula to get to that particular size. So we have the folds, right? We have hamburger style, okay? So we have a fold here, and then we have, you know, we have a line here that's a fold, that it's half of the hot box style, okay? So you fold, here is the fold, page is open here, and then you cut from the fold until the two lines cross, the two folded lines cross. So just cut this line over here. But because you have the page folded, you are going to cut both at the same time, because otherwise you cut just the line in the middle. Okay? So you can do it that way as well. And we can try that this time. So you see, Maria, do you see that? So it's still attached on the two sides. And then you cut like the, 1, 2, 3, 4, you cut the 2 and the 3.
Maria says thank you.
Okay, okay. So now we squish them together and go like that, and then make the book, fold them all together. Oops, sorry about that. Não é o telefone. Sim. Sorry. Okay, so this was the second page, but the third time we folded, right? Okay. Should I go on to the fourth one, or?
I think so. I think it's good. Let's get all 4 folded, and then you can
Okay,
talk
and
about how to arrange
I
the
did-
covers and pages.
Okay, so I did, I chose like a darker blue for the covers and a lighter blue for the pages, so you could see the, the difference. And but, like on the picture that we showed before, we had one of each color. This one I also did the covers in cream and the inside white. So, the choice of colors is all up to you and what you want to do with the book. So here we go again. One more hot dog style. One hamburger. Fold one time to the middle. The other side. Okay, again, we have the page folded in half, hamburger style, and we are going to cut over there. To simplify, we can cut it at the same time. And actually, I think this was Lori that taught me this trick. Okay, so squeeze and fold. So on the cover, we need to have, like for the back cover, we need to have the pages folded. You see, first it's opening, and then it's closed, the seam, and then it's open, and then it ends with a closed one. So, because when you, actually, no, actually it's, see. Oops. No, yeah, okay, yeah, I hadn't done it right. So the last one is a folded, so it's folded and then it's opened, and then it's folded and it's open, okay? Now we can start putting them together. And we asked for 3 pieces of thread that were like maybe 2 times the size, the height of the book, and then just a little bit just to tie a knot. So I'll go to 1, 2, and tiny little bit. And I'm going to get, so the cover, and then one of the inside, the second page, or the, you know, the first for the inside. And I have the, as I said before, we start with the closed, let's see, okay, so this is closed, and then it's open, and then it's closed, and then this one is open. And we are going to attach these together.
Maria, let's just go over how you're arranging it one more time. But before you do that, am I remembering badly? Don't you cut a little notch somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I was just
okay. Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry, but people are a little bit confused with the arrangement, and maybe you want to just show how you, when you fold the paper, you can end up, depending on where you make the cover.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we folded the paper, so we have the paper is like hot dog style, right? But so here it's closed, like the paper is closed and then it's open and then it's closed, right? When we squeeze this, we have kind of a, this is going to be one page and this is going to be another page. But this page is open inside, it's open, right? And then here it's closed. But on the side of the book, this page here, it's closed, okay? Can you see that it's, you know, it's folded, right? And then here, it's open. And then the next one is closed again. And then the last one is full, it's open, okay? So when you put them together,
could you show what happens if you start with an open page? How do you go from the the initial fold? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what we wanted to do is that we wanted for the covers to open. Mm-hmm. So let's see if I have one book that it's made. Okay, this one is not working, but this one is. Okay, so you see, you have the page here. It's folded, right? The page is folded, so it's not opening. And here it's opened, right? And then it's another one that it's closed, and then the last one is full. It's open. And then this open one, it's going to be joined with the first one of the other side. So this is just a technical, you know, the book works anyway, but it's just that you can open it, you know, and then, you know, if you have like some cuts or something, you can see the inside. So it's not, you know, it doesn't affect the structure of the book, but it's just the way, you know, it's like another, you know, the book will open like this, you know, and you can see inside. Like if you have like a real zine, right, it has content on outside and inside. So you might have like a message, like a secret message inside. So that's, but, and this only opens, like only the cover, the covers, like the front and the back cover will be able to open like this. These pages, because they are attached, they don't, you know, as if you pull, they don't open. So But, you know, when you attach the pages, you can also, I'm not going to confuse you, but you can attach them anywhere. So, but if you had put the string over here, then the page would not open because it was, you know, stuck there and the page would not open. So if you don't want the book to open, it doesn't, you know, you don't have to do that. So that's not important. It's just like a different thing that, you know, it works like that. So
Maria, let's
uh-huh.
do a poll to see if everyone is understanding how to the fold, so that you have some that start with a folded edge and some that start with an open edge. I'm gonna run a poll, and I'm going to apologize about this poll. I didn't, somehow Zoom changed how you set up a poll and I didn't know it, so it won't let me fix it so it makes any sense. And it just says untitled question. What I'm asking is, are you ready to move on to start attaching the pages together? And so the first option is, are you ready to move on? If you choose that one, you're saying yes. And the second option is untitled option 2. And if you choose that one, you're saying no, I'd like another run through on how to get the full pages folded in the proper manner. I'm going to launch it.
Okay, Laura, do you want me to answer those last two questions?
Yes, if you could do that while we're getting the responses.
Yes, exactly. So the first for Arlene, just the covers. So just the first page and the last page have to be like that because you want them to open. That's the only thing, okay? The other ones can be any way you want.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Karen says, can she please show the pages from top down arranged, cover page 1, page 2, back cover?
So that's easier to see. Okay, so let's show you on this book. Okay, so this book has also 4 pages, right? So the first and the last open, okay, and then the other ones are just pages, okay. Basically, they are just folded, you know. So the paper is folded, and then you just do 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so they don't. Nothing happens to them.
Okay. And
Just,
another question is, are all the pages are open on the lower edge? On the bottom edge,
yes,
they're all open. The fold is at always on the top edge.
yes, exactly. Yes, because when you folded the page, remember that when you folded the page, you fold it towards you. Okay, so you have the page like this. So the bottom are all open. Okay.
Okay. Let me just
Okay.
run the poll one more time, hopefully with what you just said.
Okay.
The questions, there were a few who were needing a little bit more time, and hopefully those people got their questions answered. I'm just waiting for a couple more responses. I know that not all devices see the poll. I think phones don't see the poll. So
Oh, okay.
it's, okay, we're getting a few more responses. And I'm going to say we still have one person asking for a little bit more time, but overwhelmingly people are ready to move on. So hopefully, in watching how you put it together, that will answer the question
Yeah.
for the person who's still waiting, who still needs time. Okay. Let's go on.
Okay. So now let's get the piece of paper that's going to be your cover. And then again, if you want the book to open, have a closed face and then open, closed and open. And then you are going to get that. And then sandwich, kind of make a sandwich with any of the other books, any of the other pages. And you are going, oh, first, I'm sorry. Okay. So it's not necessary, but if you cut like a little, so the book is facing you, okay? The book is facing you and it's opening like this, and you cut a little corner there and a little corner on the top and a little corner on the bottom. So if you by mistake cut in the front, that's fine, but you know, that is going to help you. You see, there's like a little notch. I don't know if you can see. There's a little notch, right? So that is going to help keep the string in place. I'm going to cut a little corner and a little corner, corner, corner. Okay, so we are getting the last page of the cover and the first page of the that we want to be the book, and we are just going to tie around, and I purposely left a lot of threads so I have space to maneuver, and I'm just going to do a knot and then a bow to make it easy. And left over. And you can use any kind of thread. I'm just using some like cord that came into in a package. So the 2 pages are already, the first 2 are already tied together. Now, I also did one that had, instead of a thread, I used a rubber band. So this is like one of these rubber bands. This one is a little bit, you know, it's flat, but there's some, you know, it's a little bit smaller than the book. And I'm going to use this one. So just for the next pages, just to show you that you also can do it with a rubber band. So I have again the first page of my third zine, and I'm going to get it with the last page of the other one. And I'm just going to put the rubber band again around. And actually with the rubber band, the pages kind of really get, you know, the notch helps them stick together. So, okay, we already have like, oh, I froze. Okay. I already have 3 zines put together. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, so I have the cover that opens. And then I have my second one. And then my third one. Okay. And now I'm going to attach the last one. And because I want the last one. Oops.
Sorry, their question, open or closed first on the third zine?
Doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's totally up to you, because the pages are not going to be able to open because they are the first and the last one are going to be attached. So it doesn't matter.
It only matters. It only matters on the front and back covers, correct?
Exactly. If you want them to open, but if you don't, like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So I want my last one to open. So I am going to end again with the closed, facing close, and then open, and then close, and then so I'm going to attach this time the open one with the last page of the other one. And I'm going to use a thread again. So I will not. Oops. Okay. You can use some, if you want, you can use some like weight on the page so it stays open, and you try not like that. And then there you are. So can you see so you have the cover, the 2 pages, and the back cover. The front cover, the 2 pages, and the back cover. And then when the book opens, see all the pages. And then if you want, you can open the cover and the back and do this effect. Sometimes, if you have, if the pages have some content on the inside, it's a nice way to have the book exposed like this. So, but, if you want it flat like that, that's fine as well, right? So basically this is it, now you can have as many, let's call them signatures, as we want, right? Like this one I was doing with the covers of the magazines. I didn't put them all together, but I had like six pages. So you can do a big one, a small one. If you just use 2, that's fine as well, because it's they'll be both the covers, right? So if you don't use the ones inside, you can have like a book with just the back and the front and the back.
Maria, can you take that one apart and reattach them, do the attachment over again? Because yeah, I think that'll help.
Okay, so I'm going to take one. I'm going to take the other one. And I'm going to use travel this time. So maybe this way. Okay. So I have my front cover, and I'm going to ignore the opening. Maybe it will be easier. Okay, so I have my book, right? And it has like 1 valley fold, 2 valley folds, 3 valley folds. And I am going to pick the middle valley fold, so the second valley fold. of the cover. And I am going to pick the second second valley fold of the second one, and I am going to put them together. Okay. I'm going to hold this in place so the book doesn't open. And I'm going to pick my thread, go around. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of pages. And I am going to tie a knot at the top. And then a little bow. Okay, so now if I pull, it doesn't open, but the pages are still attached together, you know, because the page is folded. This one opens a little bit, but you know, not very much. So they are attached together. Now I'm going to get, I'm not going to use the same, so it's not bulky, but I'm going to use the third valley. And this time I'm going to pick up the first valley of the second signature, of the second fold. And I'm going to tie them first with a little knot, and then make a little bow. Okay. So I have my, so the cover, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. Okay. And now I am going to, so this is my last valley, so or third valley of that of this signature, and I'm going to pick again the second valley with the second valley. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. I'm going to pick the second valley as well, so I'll have 2 pages, and I'm going to attach these together. Not another row. There we go. So over here, we still have, okay. So we have like 4 signatures, you know, like two covers and 2 signatures inside. And you have like the little threads showing on the back here, okay, and then the little bows on top, and then the book opens the same way. It's just because I use the second valley to hold it, it doesn't open like the way before, like this one, right? It doesn't open like this, but you know, it still functions as a book. And yeah.
So to have it open on the front and back cover, you would use, on the front cover, you would use the third valley.
Exactly.
And
yes.
on the back cover, you would use the first valley.
Exactly, yes.
But if you don't want it to open, then you would use the second valley on all pieces.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And, you know,
so Carol is saying the 2 white units are held together with a rubber band. The first and second are held together with thread. But in the second sample, you use thread for all 3. The rubber band was just showing an example of another way of attaching it.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because you can use rubber bands in all of them. And, you know, like if you use, like here, let's see. You see that, like it's a red rubber band. But if I had used like other, because the pages are white, if I had used like the, instead of the thread, if I had used like a yellow or blue or whatever, so you know, this was done for kids, and the kids used all different colors of rubber bands because, you know, and then if you have more pages, you can make a pattern. You know, this is all like up to what you want to do with the book later on. Like you don't have to have a bow, you can just have a knot here. You can hide the bow inside, for instance. You know, if you put the bow like a little bit, like if you were doing, you know, you can have the bows inside, for instance, or you can have the bows outside. Let's do this one outside. So, no, outside you cannot do it. You have to do it inside. So you don't, you know, you don't see, like on top, you only see the thread. You only see a little bit of the thread. You don't see the bows. So you see the same, like the same thread on top and on the bottom. And then the bow can be hidden inside. Or you can just have a little knot and do, you know, even sometimes these kind of get untied. So if you put, you know, if you do a little, like a little drop of blue, you know, it will stay in place. So the rubber bands actually help keep it together.
Okay. There's a request to go one more time through just the tying without talking about alternatives, just showing how to put it together and tie. So if you could do it one more time, maybe doing with the positioning so that you have the front and back cover opening and then the middle one, and just show the tying.
Okay, sounds good.
So you've taken the final page of the first cover signature and the first page of the final valley, the third valley of the first cover, the first valley of the second page, and you're putting them together, and the thread is going around them.
The thread is going around them. At the bottom, you will have the little thread showing. And then on top, I just tied a knot this time, okay? The next one will have the third valley and the first valley of the next signature. And I'm going to do this again. Thread goes around the two pages, okay? I'm just tying a knot this time. And now, so that was the first valley. I have the second, and then the third valley with the first valley of the next one, okay? And I am going to tie again another knot. So okay. Again, oops, that shows. Again, there's a 4. You just see the little thread going on the bottom, and then you have the little knots on top. Okay? So you have the first valley, the second valley doesn't have anything, the third valley of the first signature that it's attached to the first valley of the second signature. And just again, the third with the first. So there's, you know, it's like when you do optic stitch, right? You have like that little space between the signatures. That's exactly the same. But the third again with the first of the back cover.
Okay. And with that method, you can open the front cover and the back cover.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
With this method, you can open and close, and you can open both the covers. Yes.
Okay. I hope everyone understands now. This is being recorded, so when the recording is posted, you can, of course, watch it over again and slow it down and stop it and see what she's doing. But I think it's time to move on. Maria, are you going to show a little bit of variations about cutting holes and stuff?
Yeah, so what we did, so like for instance on this one, I just used that wax thread, so, and then just left it like that. And on the pages that are, like on the pages that have a face like that, see, can you see that they are just folded? Okay, if you cut, you know, and then like on this one, no, I thought I had, okay, you know, just can make some drawings and they can do, if you do that on the first, like, see, you can, you know, I cut it on the first, and then you can see, you can put something behind and you can, you know, see what's on the other side, on the back side of the page. And you can do this on all the pages that are folded. The other ones, you know, you can cut as well, of course, but then you don't see what's behind. So you can do that, and then you can, you know, decorate them. This was a failed, sorry, this was a failed stamping, but you can use it for fun. And I had like my stamp, my Instagram page over there, and then you can make a belly thing like we learned with I forgot a name, but a couple of months ago. So
yeah, so that's another variation of the belly band where you're just cutting a notch and putting the notches together.
Cut a notch, yeah, cut a notch on top and a notch on the bottom. And so the book doesn't open. What else? What other variations?
There was a question about, did you make a cutout on the folded page of the first and last signature? it's possible you could do it, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So this one is the cover, actually. Really freezing here, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the cover. Okay, it's open, and I made a cut over there. So if you make a cut on the other pages that are folded, you can make a cut, but then you don't, because this book, the inside signatures, they cannot open. So you just, if you make a cut, you only see the rest of the other page, right? The other page, it doesn't come out. But then, yeah, so only if you do it on the last, only when you do it on the last, the first and the last cover.
And when you and I were practicing, we were using those cutouts to decorate the cover and different pages. And so they would be like when you, especially when you're using contrasting colors, it's really fun to have these sudden pops of color show up.
So actually on this one, I did the cutouts, and then I used it to decorate the front of the book. So that is, we have to, yeah. So yeah, but you can cut, of course you can cut on the other pages, but like I could cut on this one.
That's an open edge.
Yeah, this is an open edge, but then because it doesn't open. Sorry about this. Okay, you can see the back. When you flip the page, you can see the other pages fits a different color, but you don't. It doesn't open. So like this one. Also, I cut it on the thing, but it doesn't open because it's not the front page of the book. Front page is like this.
One more time, just to show how in the finished book, the bottom of the entire book, all the pages on the bottom are open, and the folds on the top side of the top edge of all the pages are closed on the top of the book.
Yeah. It can be, again, right, in all the books we make, these artist books, you can use it as you want. If you want to use this as your top, that's fine. But the only thing you have to realize is that one side of the book, it's all open pages, and then the other will have some open pages and some closed pages, okay? Because you fold them towards you. So you'll have one open, one closed, one open, one closed. They will be, and on the bottom they'll be all open. And the place where you put the knot, it's entirely up to you. If you don't want to have these things on top, you can decorate this with beads. You can use stamping, and you can if you use like watercolor paper, maybe not the heaviest one, but you can make, it's a book that you can make drawings, you can do collage, you can do all sorts of things.
And Marjorie is saying you can run a little bit of glue on the bottom, an open bottom or a side, and make pockets for your book.
Yes,
You can
Exactly,
also do that. I mean, there's endless possibilities of what you can do with this very
yeah,
simple construction.
yeah. And in terms of size as
Mm,
well, you know,
mm,
you can fold to
uh-huh.
your heart's delight, right?
Yeah.
Like I started folding pages of a magazine yesterday, and you know, you can just you know, have as many signatures as you want. And you know, it's nice when you have more than 3 or 4, you know, because it's, you can see the spine. It's you know,
Mm.
it's it's really nice. And
Okay.
then if you have like the color threads like going, you know, from one signature, you know, you see a lot of those lines.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Yeah.
There was a question about the notches could be cut on the bottom of the pages also, but in fact, the notches should be cut at the top and the bottom of the spine. You should
Yes.
be doing notches at both ends of that spine
Can
to
you
hold the rubber band or the thread in place.
can you see here? So there's a notch on top and there's a notch at the bottom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it helps. It helps hold the thread, and especially it helps hold the thread. And also, if you use rubber bands, it also helps hold the whatever you use to tie the pages.
Yeah. I'm gonna